Finally, we're making some epic voiceover for a video, huh? Anyway, I'm Mike, and I'm the artist apparently. We're here with Tahir though, which is the scripter.
First, this is the bridge map. Obviously, the name will be changing later.
The shiny in the sky map. At any rate, obviously, the first thing we can see is me pawning two noobs. We can see that I have the head, the top head, which is, as I said, the most epic head at the moment available.
Yeah, keep in mind he doesn't have enough points to get anything else.
Yeah, I don't need points. Yeah, Tahir for some reason uses some jack-o'-lantern head. That's definitely not the most beautiful head.
It's funny because you're the one that models and makes all of.
Yeah, well.
Yes, and this is the level of care that we have in our game design. Lovely.
First thing we can see, I guess, is the HUD. Well, it's not the first thing, but I guess that's one of the things we have on the screen, which we have the radar on the top right. Radar.
Yeah, basically, if you think the HUD is good, then Tahir made it, which is me. If you think it's bad, then yeah, it's not.
I have nothing to do with the radar. So if you think it's bad, then Tahir still made it and he's a noob.
Anyway, what abilities are being used here? I mean, you're using the shield, right?
I'm using armor at the moment. Aztec is using armor also. I don't know what the hell you're using. I don't even see you on the screen, you're just dead too long. You're always dead, I don't know. I don't see what. Look at me hopping around, but I don't even. Okay, I saw some shots there.
No, I think it's more. Tell you what.
Oh, you're dead again. See, I just came around and you're dead. I don't know what you're using. How can I know what you're using if you're always dead? What I like about our game though is that it's really physics driven.
Yeah, the idea is quite simple. When you have a multiplayer game where you join a match, you pick a weapon and you're killing 15 people over and over again. I mean, seriously, by game 3 it would get boring if there isn't anything interesting happening in your gameplay. I mean, a lot of games try to do stuff like achievements or making it look more cinematic by adding a lot of eye candy effects or say special attacks and stuff like that, but what that really does is it's a fake way of making a game feel fun. I think if a game adds the mechanics done correctly, then you can really get a decent amount of replayability out of just the poor mechanics, which is why a lot of games say, for example, Quake, Counter-Strike, and that's it. Yeah, which is why these games tend to have replay value, a lot of replay value, because they just give you some really simplistic tools, but what you can do with those tools is just... Obviously, we're not going to say that our gameplay won't get repetitive, but that's why we're working on this, to try to tweak and balance everything to get it as fun as possible without making it seem too friendly towards people that say aren't good at shooters and so on. You definitely will take some skill to take someone down, and that's the point behind it. We will never change that for anything.
Should have some sort of competitivity to it rather than just sheer
yeah, I mean,
fun. That's why most of top-down shooters are co-op.
Yeah, I mean, most people don't see a top-down shooter as competitive. I mean, quite frankly, when you see a top-down shooter, the first thing comes to your mind is, okay, press the trigger and aim in a direction and kill everything on the other opposite side of the screen, which there isn't really skill. I mean, I don't know, if you can find a top-down shooter that requires a lot of manual skill. I mean, I'm not talking about games like, say, RTS and stuff that you have to be thinking and making strategies. I'm talking about games where you have to actively be aiming and shooting. If you can find a top-down shooter that does something like that and it's actually really competitive, then I'll feel free to suggest it. But quite frankly, we're kind of proud of the fact that our game is completely player-controlled, aiming, movement. I mean, we're the first top-down shooter that I know that fully makes use of stuff like sprint and jump and aiming vertically. As you can see with this level, it's not just horizontal, there's verticality. Alright, so yeah.
Because of the top-down shooter, most of the game developers kind of tend to forget about the third axis.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a wait.
Yeah, it's being cliche, right? Because it's like, the problem is when most people decide to make a top-down shooter, it's because, well, it's less detailed in terms of the assets, and it's just a really straightforward game. It's really easy to make it fun if it's like player versus AI, but as in making it competitive, I really haven't seen a lot of people try to innovate the series that much. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, I hate top-down shooters. I mean, I hate. No, yeah, that might sound weird thing that I'm making one, but
No, they're a great top-down.
No. The reason, no, I'm saying that
alien shooter.
Yeah, but the thing is, why I say I hate top-down shooters, because they're repetitive. It's just you're walking from point A to point B, and you just kill every retarded alien in front of you. That's it. Or you're standing in the middle of some arena and killing every retarded alien that surrounds you. And then at the end of a round, it gives you some pretty shit. I mean, it's not a lot of variety. And I don't think that's the case. I think we can do a lot better than that.
Yeah, I think we might as well achieve. I think there are a lot of good games there, and I hope we will land in the good games kind of. Another thing I like about our process of game making is that we're not really scaling down quality in small stuff, like because it's a top-down shooter, for example, the ragdoll. That I don't think a lot of top-down shooters have ragdolls because it's not really needed in that kind of game. It's a small detail.
But it also boils down to the fact that our game isn't static. I mean, we have a very dynamic gameplay because. Honestly, I can't tell you everything that's going to happen in a match. I mean, I can tell you that the rocket launcher does this amount of damage and that the explosion will push you back such amount. But I'll never be able to tell you that the rocket might hit a player and its ragdoll might fly toward the camera. I mean, there's stuff that I can't anticipate. I mean, my job is to just make sure that the player doesn't break the game, but I'm not here to tell you that this is how the game should be played.
We give you tools and you do what you want.
Pretty much it's just a toolbox. I mean, it's just a sandbox game, quite frankly. I mean, I've seen bullets fly towards the screen, I've seen rockets be repelled by explosions, I've seen grenades being repelled by explosions and so on and so forth. Ragdolls flying to the screen. There's just so much shit happening that honestly, it would be impossible for me to tell you everything that could happen. I mean, all I can do is just take them into account and try to not let them break the game. Which is why we're in this process at the moment.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess we have 4 armor abilities, which are pretty epic, but you possibly we have the camouflage, which I really like, which pretty much gives you the ability to be invisible for some time, for a few seconds.
The main idea behind these abilities, yes, we wanted to increase replay value by adding stuff to the battlefield that would change stuff up, but the main idea behind them was really oh wait, that was the main idea behind them. Wow, a quick point fail.
Dumbass.
Anyway, alright, let's take 2 things into account. Alright, let's
another ability, we have the armor.
We have 4 abilities. We have the camouflage, which you see Michael abusing. We have the
I'm not abusing, I'm pawning.
Yeah, there's the shield. The shield ability pretty much reduces their damage, the damage that you take by say we're still tweaking to about 25 to 50%. Then there's the speed boost, which pretty much gives you a temporary burst of speed, like giving you the ability to like jump across gaps or speed around corners or just really mix them up with gameplay. Like a sword plus a speed boost should result in some epic stuff. Or it might result in an epic fail if you like run into a shotgun and stuff like that. And the last one is the impulse. Now the impulse is quite interesting. I mean, you've seen similar abilities possibly, where basically what the impulse does is it generates a wave that pushes back anything, any object within the field. It pushes back bullets, rockets, players, vehicles. To be honest, it pushes back anything in the object in the level that can be moved, and that's the point behind it. So, to be honest, you can actually have somebody suicide themselves. I mean, you can let someone's rocket hit them back or their grenade go in the wrong direction and so on and so forth. Or use it, because it emits a force, it actually pushes your character. So, and this was never planned. It wasn't really planned to say the impulse should push your character and so on, but I mean, testing it, we realized that was a really good use for it. So basically, what it allowed you to do is like get really interesting jumps. So you can say run toward the building and jump, then activate the impulse and it gives you another boost and you end up on top of the building. So, and combining that with weapons and rockets and snipers and stuff like that just really makes the game feel interesting. Especially the top-down shooter. The sniping. I don't know, I've always had this interesting idea for sniping in in side scrollers or top-down games, I mean, I don't know why I haven't really seen it done much. Which is, I mean, it's quite. I mean, what we do when we're sniping is we pan the camera, and it allows you to zoom around the map and take your shot. Now, obviously, there's a lot of factors to take in place. It's not like you can just stand in one part of the map and do the other part and shoot. I mean, you still have to take objects that are between you in mind. So, for example, you can't just stay at one point and shoot for another. You need to be able to know that you have a clear line of shot. And secondly, there's a trail between for the rifle weapon. So when you do fire on someone, they will be able to tell what direction you're in. Camera isn't directly top down. You can actually pan the camera off in different directions, meaning whether just offset it, and this allows people to sneak up on you. I mean, so I said it's not entirely say just a fixed top down. It's at an angle to a point, and you do have control of the camera. So that's pretty much the idea. Yeah, I think we covered most of it though. I think the last thing that we'd have to cover is the end game field, where pretty much when a match ends, you are allowed the ability to.
Yeah, you can see pretty much all your global stats, your match, how you did in the match, your match-wise statistics. You can see other players' statistics by clicking their name in the list. You can see what medals you earned, per se, killing spree, game victory, game loss, double kill, and all sorts of that stuff. You can see what you got, what rewards you picked up, like color packs or
let's just
all sorts of different items from hats.
Let's just say that it's really rewarding to, say for example, see a rare item in the menu that's very expensive, and just go in a match and see somebody with it and kill it and take it. I mean, we don't only allow you to unlock stuff by buying it. You can actually beat the crap out of somebody and take their stuff. So that's quite an interesting system. So when you do get stuff, you can either claim it, which unlocks it, if you haven't unlocked it already, or you can sell everything that you found and take the points as resources, which you then use to buy more stuff. Other than that, it's the voting. I mean,
yeah, voting is one of the great stuff we have. I didn't see it in any game at all, so frankly. I don't know, maybe there are games.
Yeah, I guess no. A lot of games do allow you to vote. A lot of games do
allow you to vote, but it's not really incorporated in the game.
They vote.
It's usually some sort of add-on.
Like an add-on. They allow you to vote on what map you want next and what game mode. But that's it. I mean, if you join a server and some guy said, okay, look, everybody's going to be using the sniper rifle and they're going to play to 5,000 kills, then you're going to be bored to death regardless of what map and game mode you play. I mean, a lot of multiplayer games are annoying because, let's be honest, you join a server and the guy has some ridiculous settings. What we've allowed you to do is vote on the map, the game mode, the weapons that you start with, and the weapons on map. Now we believe that should give most players the ability to at least get some variety in their game. At the end of every match, you can know that the next match will be played differently because the weapons and everything will be changed entirely. So
yeah, that's pretty much democracy in our game.
We have about 10 weapons. There's about 7 or 8 grenade types, and then we have the 4 different abilities being used. So balancing that is kind of tricky.
But I think I'm not sure what's going to happen. We're both dead. Thanks for watching our epic video. Thanks for being epic for watching our epic video. You must like, subscribe, share, and comment a great comment. Say this is an awesome game, keep going, and such. Obviously, don't be a troll or a noob, because remember, we know where you live. Thank you.
I will definitely get rid of the trolls.
It will.
Game over.